right, hello, my name is Shauna. This is our Fit Essentials intermediate level class. We have put the bands on, but we're going to add air here in probably about 3 to 5 minutes. So just hold off on that. And when you're ready, we're going to come down to a kneeling position to get started. So if you're able to kind of sit back, you can like turn your toes underneath you so you get a nice stretch for your big toe. And then we're going to just sit in like a kneeling position here. Shoulders back and down, and we're going to start with some circles through the wrist. Fist rotating through. Good. Go ahead and turn the other way. Very good. From here, we're switching the position of the feet from off the toes. And now we're going to bring the soles of the feet up, kind of sit back on the ankles. There you go. And now we're going to add a tricep stretch. Reach the one arm up, bend the elbow, chin in, reach around. And now just eyes forward. If you'd like to take a little side bend to it, you can lean away from the side you're stretching. Breathing in as you lengthen, breathing out as you come into that side bend. Excellent. In, and one more time. Lovely. Go ahead and shake out the arms. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, bringing it up. Bend that elbow, reach around, and gently take it to the side. Good. Third time. And rest there. Good. Next, we're going to come to hands and knees for a few cat-cows. So nice wide handprint. Tabletop position, knees just underneath those hips. As you breathe in, you're going to arch the back. Tuck that chin to the chest. And as you breathe out, we're going to gently extend. Drive the shoulders out of the ears. Lovely. 5 times total. Big breath in. In and out the nose here as your sinuses will allow. Awesome. Ensure you take a gentle arch. You shouldn't have any pinching in the low back. Twice more. Push strong through those arms as you breathe in, and then keep those arms straight as you breathe out. Fantastic. Last time, long breath in. Pause at the top of that breath. And then a gentle breath out. Looking up and forward. Super. Bring your big toes together. Walk your knees a little bit wider and take it back into a child stretch. Hands reach forward, hips drop back, head bows down. And now try to expand the sides of the rib cage. Nice long breath in. One more time. Fantastic. Coming back up. And now we're going to swing around and sit down on your hips. Make a point to sit right up on those sit bones. So if you need to, you kind of move the flush of your hips out of the way. And now we're going to put the feet flat on the ground, hands resting behind us. Feet are about the width of your mat. And we're going to do our windshield wipers here from a seated position. Not trying to force the knees, just gently lowering the knees to each side. We're going to go 3 times each way. Over, back. Our third time. Good. And now when you come back to that first side, you're going to take your hand from the opposite side. You can come onto that forearm. We're going to add a little side stretch with it. Excellent. And we'll lower that arm down. Same thing, other side. Lift the legs up, lowering them down. And then if you want to come onto the forearm and reaching over. Really nice. Awesome. Come on up from there. All right. One more thing we're going to do with the hips. We're going to go back to the first side. And now you can use the hands as needed, but we're going to look to come all the way up to a kneeling position, push the hips forward, Beautiful. And then we come back down and then swing through to the other side. So into that internal and external rotation, and we call it a hip through. Lovely. And then sit it back down, twice more each direction. So use the hands as much or as little as you need, pulling through, squeeze the glutes. Very good. Gently sitting back. And then pivot the legs over, arms as needed, or if you don't need them, that's wonderful as well. Good. Nice opening through the hips. Once more each way, taking it back, pushing down, hip throughs, lifting up. And final time, balance it out. Sitting back, swinger around, and sitting up. Fantastic. All right, those of you that are wearing the bands, let's go ahead and take that time. We're going to add some air. Anyone that's not needing the bands, you can go ahead and repeat your cat-cow stretch if you'd like during this time. So back in that tabletop position. We're going to be doing 2 rounds of the next portion. It's going to start with our side plank clamshell. So that's going to be the variation of the side plank where everyone's going to be coming off the knees. And after 30 seconds on each side for the side plank clamshell, we're going to do our down dog knee to elbow for 30 seconds on each side. And we'll repeat that twice. That's about a 5-minute piece. And then we'll make our way up to standing. We have some lunges coming up in our second circuit. Fantastic. All right, so feel free to grab a drink of water. And then if you're not already on the ground, you're going to join me back on the ground. And let's start with your left side down. So you're going to bend that elbow, set the elbow just underneath the shoulders. As mentioned, we're going to have both knees bent. We're going to lift this top leg up, kind of try to hold it up the whole time. Make sure you don't sink into the shoulder. So good position here. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift your hips straight up towards the sky and then gently push the hips forward. Excellent. Hips come back, lower on down, and that's our motion. Up first, and then a gentle push forward. Lovely. Back and down. 30 seconds total. So 20 seconds left. Work through that pace as your body needs. Excellent. Up and squeeze. Getting some good activation for the midline and those hips. Final time. And rest. Lovely. Go ahead and spin it around. Once again, good position on that upper body. Lift that top leg up. And here we go. Straight up. And forward. And down. Nice. Top leg held parallel throughout. About halfway through. Nice. Woo, so feel that burn, especially in that downside hip. 2, 1. And rest. Fantastic. We're going to make our way into that down dog position. So nice wide handprint. We're going to be doing that version starting with the right leg. You're going to draw the knee towards the elbow. Extend that leg back. Point the toe. Good. Draw it in and drive it back. Beautiful. 30 seconds and then we'll go straight to that second side. Breathe in as you draw the knee in. Breathe out with that nice strong extension. Last one. And taking it to the left side. Starting with that knee coming forward. Really push through the heel of your hand as you drive back. Another good exercise to focus on that nasal breathing. Helps to heat up the body a bit more. One more time. And rest. Good job. Come on down, making your way back to your side plank clamshell. We're going to do it one more time through. We're gonna go just a little bit longer on this second round. We're gonna work for 40 seconds on each side. So bend that elbow, tuck it underneath the shoulder, stack the legs, top leg comes up, and here we go. Straight up, forward, nice. It's a wonderful exercise to help prevent exercises, commonly used when people are rehabbing after back injuries. So we can also use it as a way to help prevent any back injuries. Woo, that's 30 seconds. We're gonna go an extra 10 here as mentioned. So keep breathing, try to smile through that burn. Last one. And take that pause. Good job. Swing it around. Let's get that second side. Elbow tucked in. We'll start in 5 seconds. Bend both knees, lifting up out of that downside shoulder. Top leg comes up, and here we go. Straight up first, and then forward. You shouldn't feel any kind of pinch in your low back as you invite the hips to come forward. If you are, you might be overarching your lower spine. You want to focus on the movement through the hips while the spine is held neutral. Halfway through that 40 seconds. Good lift out of that shoulder. Huh? Whew. Good, one more rep, up, forward, and 2, 1, and rest. Woo! All right, let's swing it around for the down dog. And that will complete this circuit. All right, spread the palms, lengthen those fingertips. 2, 1, right leg first, knee comes forward, and then drive back. Try to lower that left heel towards the floor as you extend that right hip. Good. Chin towards the chest. One more time. And now getting ready for the left side. 2, 1, here we go. Left side forward. Once again, try to lower your heel towards the floor as you extend your back leg high. Get a little calf stretch as you're working through here. Please go ahead and continue this set. We're almost done on this second side. We lost a little bit of service on the recording, so going ahead and modifying a little bit here. All right, and then finish one more rep and take a pause. It's down dog. Thanks for hanging out here with us. And now let's come up to standing. All right, grab a short drink. We're going to stretch our quads, and then we're going to be doing some lunging in between legs. We're going to do some step jacks or some jump jacks, all depending upon what you feel up for today. And then we also have the option of some push-ups, or you can simply hold a plank. Let's go ahead and grab that one foot, stretch the quad. And that will be our circuit. So we go left leg lunge, step or jump jack, right leg lunge, push-up or plank. Oh, I almost missed the burpees. We got some burpees thrown in there. And then that completes the circuit. Switching legs on that quad stretch. So round one, we're going to be doing this 3 times. I'm going to go unweighted for the first round. Lunges are the only thing we have the option to hold a weight on. And then on rounds 2 and 3, I'll add some weight for the lunges. 30 seconds for each exercise. And like I mentioned, we'll do it 3 times through. All right, release that foot. We're going to start with that left leg lunge here in 10 seconds. I'm going to leave the high knee version out of it. That helps slow it down. But being that we're only working for 30 seconds, we're just going to step it back and step it forward. So your left leg, 3, 2, 1. Nice long step back, lowering that knee down and then all the way up. Good. Breathing in as you step back. Breathing out as you draw forward. Nice. Soft touch of the knee. Excellent. Keep it rolling. 10 seconds left. Good. Front shin is vertical. And 2, 1, and pause. Make sure you have enough space. And now we're going to either come into a step jack. I'm going to step the first half and jump the second half. You can also swing the arms lateral. Good. And here we go. Nice and light on the feet if you want to add a little jumping. Awesome. 3, 2, 1. Pausing there. And we'll take 10 seconds and we'll be into that lunge on the right leg. So check in with your feet. We want all 10 toes pointing straight ahead. And when you're ready, right leg steps back and down, coming up and forward. Good. Front heel stays planted. Lovely. And up. Good. Eyes up and forward. Find that spot straight ahead to focus on. Awesome. 1 or 2 more. There you go. And rest. Fantastic. Make your way to your push-up station. I'm going to be using this chair here. Do an elevated push-up. Walk the feet back, draw the stomach in. And then when you're ready, control your heart towards your surface. Squeeze the lower body as you push away. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lovely. Just like when we work like our deadlifts and our squats, coming down a little bit slower than the up, it's also good practice with the upper body, especially as you're warming up that movement pattern. Lead with the heart. Elbows in towards the side, not winging out wide. And 2, 1, and we're going to come straight to those no push-up burpees. So step it up. Squeeze the glutes, reach up to overhead. If you'd like to take it to the floor, you can. Stepping it back, stepping up, and all the way up. Wonderful. We'll go 30 seconds from here. If you're stepping the feet, step the left foot up and back on 1 rep, and then the next rep, do the same thing on the right side. Awesome. Try to take a big step forward. So you can get those shins and the feet planted. Shins vertical, just like the bottom of a squat. Maybe 1 more time. And take a rest. Fantastic. We'll take a 30-second pause. You're welcome if you want to kind of keep your heart rate up. You can bounce a little bit side to side, or you can grab a drink, however you want to do it. As we come into round 2, you have the option to stay either unweighted on your lunges, or if you want to pick up a light to moderate weight. We're going to start here in 10 seconds. We'll be back to your left leg. Toes forward, eyes looking ahead, and 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And down, up and forward. Good. Sometimes we do a bicep curl with these. On this version, we're just holding the weight underneath the chin. Maybe helps get a little bit faster rhythm, taking that curl out of the picture. Wonderful. Breathe and move now. Good. 2, 1, and rest. In between sides, we have the step jacks or jump jacks, or you can take a full rest if your energy is a little bit low today. If you feel like you need more recovery between lunges, then that works too. Wonderful. Three, 2, 1, and short transition. Coming back to the lunges, this time on your right leg. Toes pointing forward, eyes looking ahead. 2, 1, here we go. Nice. You are holding the weight underneath the chin. Think about pushing your elbows up and forward as the foot steps back. Help keep that chest nice and tall. Good. 10 seconds. Wonderful. One more time, and then we transition to the push-ups. Good. Set your weight down, and then make your way to your push-up station. 2, 1, when you're ready, here we go. Eyes looking right between the hands. Think broad chest as you lower down. Don't let those shoulders roll forward. Wonderful. Breathing in as you lower, breathing out as you push away. It's going to go from the push-up to the burpee in 2, 1, transition. It's a quick transition, ideally coming down to the floor. And now you can continue to step, or if you feel up for hopping your feet back, you can float the feet back, lift the hips high, squeeze the glutes coming up to overhead. I don't encourage that if your low back has been a little stiff recently. That jump is going to be more demanding on that lower back. 10 seconds left. Last time. And rest. Good job. 30 seconds until our third and final round. Minute moose. All right. Third and final time. So whatever you want to hold for your last bit of lunges, starting in 10 seconds. Come to help. All right, on your left leg, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Moving just a little bit faster, but still ensuring good control. Wonderful. Halfway on this leg. Yep, just kiss that knee to the ground. Propel up through that front leg. One more time. Good. Setting your weight down for the step or jump jacks. Woo. Kind of a step on any dog tails. Good job. You're okay, Moose. That was just me hitting the lines. 10 seconds now. 2, 1, and pause. Awesome. All right, last bit of lunging on your right leg. Eyes up and forward. 2, 1, when you're ready. Good. Looking strong, Kathy, nice and controlled. Driving down through that front foot. Halfway on this side. One more time. And transition. Push-ups. Final time through. 2, 1, and begin. Chin in. Make sure you don't start leading with the head and neck. Still lead with the heart. That strong moving plank. Embrace and engage that lower body. You get to where you don't know if you can get another quality rep in, then just stay at the top. Hold that strong plank all the way through. And 2, 1, and resting out of that push-up, coming into that last set of the burpee. No push-up version on the burpee. As soon as you get there, you can begin either stepping or hopping the feet up and back. We're going to go a full 30 seconds from here. Keep breathing now. We've got a rest break coming. Gonna finish these burpees and do about 30 seconds of blood flow. In case it's not flowing enough, we'll get it flowing just a little bit more. 10 seconds on the burpees. Woo! And 2, 1, and either a march here or running in place. As soon as we're done with this 30 seconds, we're going to let the air out of the bands. Excellent. Going from a high knee to a heel. Heel kickers. Raise the heels towards the glutes. Trying to activate more of those hamstrings. Excellent. And 3, 2, 1, and done. Woo. All right. Bands are done. So let the air out. You can also take them off if you prefer. Otherwise, just push those little nozzles in. Good. We're going to stay standing as our go into a little transition stretch here behind the back with the forward fold. So walk the feet nice and wide. Tuck the front of your rib cage down as you extend those arms. Squeeze the glutes. And now root down into your legs. Send your hips back and bow forward. Looking between the thighs, chin to the chest. Let gravity do its job and get some space into your neck. Wonderful. On your next inhale, slowly coming back up. Fantastic. Walking those feet in. And now we're going to do our standing figure 4. So if you want to be near a chair or a wall to help with the balance, let's pick your right leg up. We're going to cross it over your left thigh. Good. Now we're going to reach the arms forward as we send those hips back. Good. If you want to also twist up the arms, it'd be your left arm under, right arm over. Draw those shoulders down. Some 10 more seconds here. Try to stay strong through your hips and midline. Wonderful work. 2, 1, come on up. Brief break. Little swivel through the hips, and now we'll do the same thing on the other side. So now you're going to anchor into your right leg. Your left foot crosses over the right thigh. Sit the hips back. And now if you want to go your right arm under the left, and hug the arms down. Really good. 10 more seconds here. Oops. 3, 2, 1, and break. Awesome. All right. So we're going to do one more circuit. It's going to be just under 8 minutes in length. We're going to start with a deadlift. It's going to be a single arm deadlift for 30 seconds on each side. So what that looks like is I hold my weight in one hand, I bow down, I stand up, 30 seconds in one side, and then I simply switch hands, 30 seconds in the other side. After we finish a minute of the deadlifts, then we'll go into our squats with the option of that overhead reach to call it a thruster. Full squat into overhead. And then our third and final exercise is from a plank for the mounted climber. And that will finish out the circuit. We'll have just a short break, about 15 seconds, as we just come back and do it a total of 3 times. Cool. So whatever weight you want to use for that deadlift, maybe a little bit lighter than what you normally do for a double arm deadlift, at least for the first round. We're going to get started here in 10 seconds. So feet just outside the hips, draw that abdomen in, long spine, pick the arm you're going to start with, and then when you're ready, squeeze the tush, standing tall, breathing in, long spine as you bow down. Good. And anytime we're holding weight on one side of the body, you're kind of working against that counter rotation. So typically our hips will tend to push away to the opposite side. So we're just focused to stay square, straight up and down. Good, 10 seconds, then we'll switch arms. Breathing in, breathing out, lovely. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and grab on with the opposite hand, and then we'll go right into it. Squeeze and stand, hinging forward, awesome. Looking down as you bow forward, looking ahead as you stand up. Good. Ten seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Changing it for the squat. I'm going to use the same weight. Set the feet up underneath the chin. And then nice and controlled as you squat down. Option to reach up to overhead. Good. You can either reach up each rep or you can go every other rep. Up to you. Nice. I want the focus to be on your range of motion for your squat. Trying to get that full range through the hips. Excellent. 15 seconds left, and then we transition into our mountain climber. Good. Little bit of pacing here on this first round. 2, 1, and transition. Clear your space. Spread those hands nice and wide. Take the pressure off the wrist. Coming into that plank. Good. And then when you're ready, drawing that knee towards the same side elbow. On rounds 2 and 3, we'll give the option for that diagonal mountain climber. Stay really tight through the midline. I don't want to see your hips bouncing side to side. Good. Halfway through. Really challenges that midsection, working that upper body as well. Breath out as the knee drives up in 2, 1, and rest. Woo! All right. Let's take 30 seconds. We'll give just a little bit longer rest than planned. That way, if you need to change weights, grab a drink, you can have time to do that. All right. 15 seconds, lead back to that single arm deadlift. So either the same weight, or if you feel like you want to go a little bit heavier, draw that stomach in, long spine. Find that arm you want to start with. And here we go. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Looking down, looking ahead. Feel that shoulder blade engage as well. So you want to feel like you're drawing that shoulder back and down to help keep that weight close to your center of gravity. So it's right between the ankles in the bottom position. Awesome. Good. Switching sides. As soon as you are ready, go into it. Lovely. Feel your stomach engage, drawing in as you push your hips back. Still keeping that awareness to not let those hips start to shift sideways. And 2, 1, resting there. Transitioning to the squat with the option of the overhead reach. Set the feet, just a slight toe out, eyes up and forward. And when you're ready, breathing in, breathing out. Now for this motion, it's ideal to have a fixed area that you're focused on straight ahead. So your gaze stays up and ahead. If we were outside looking at the ocean, we'd say like, watch the horizon line. That's 30 seconds in, 15 to go, and then we're into that mountain climber. Really nice, great tempo. Final time, and transition. Coming down for the mountain climber. Starfish those fingers. And now you have the option. You want to bring the right knee towards the left elbow and the left knee towards the right. Still looking to stay strong and neutral through your midsection. Hips and shoulders level. Breath out with that knee drive. Halfway through. Good. 2, 1, and resting there. Awesome. All right, shake it out. If you're up for it, we're going to do that series one more time. We'll take a full 30-second break from here. Get all the weights that you want to use ready for your squats and deadlifts. One more drink of water. And we'll be into our final series. All right, get the single arm deadlift to start. And if you feel like you are twisting and you don't want to, hold on with 2 hands. Otherwise, single arm, long spine, and begin. And now if you feel nice and warm, nice and strong, you can move just a hair faster, still keeping that control on the down, and then nice and intentful on the up. Squeeze the push, lift up through the crown of your head. Last one on this arm, and switching sides. Here we go for the second half of that deadlift. Good. Working those basics. Wonderful. Halfway on this side, stay focused, stay engaged. Still having that nice solid hinge at the hips. And 3, 2, 1, transition. Getting ready for that final set of squats. Option of the overhead reach. Woo! If your upper body is done or you don't feel like reaching overhead, then just hold the weight underneath your chin. And here we go. You just simply squat here up and down, or include that overhead push. Pushing up high to overhead. And now this is the last portion of the hard work for the day, at least with the training aspect. Awesome. So you can start to pull yourself down to the squat, propel out. Remember to keep the eyes up and forward. Woo! Final 15 seconds. Breathe. And 2, 1. Come into our last bout of mountain climbers. Woo-woo! Either same knee to elbow or diagonal. See what's best for your body. 2, 1, and begin. I'm going to take it diagonally across. It's okay if you can't quite make contact with the knee to the elbow. Just come as close as you can. Making sure you don't let those hips sink down because that puts pressure on the low back. Still stay strong for the upper body. Less than 10 seconds. 2, 1, and there's our time. Woo! Nice job. Let's go ahead and sit back on the heels. Shake out the arms. Roll through the wrist. One of my favorites, circle through the elbows. Good, circle them out. If you were going in, circle them in. If you were going out, wonderful. Now we're gonna stay down here and we're gonna go into our hip inner thigh opener. So from our tabletop position, we're gonna keep the leg out to the side, sole the foot towards the floor, and then just nice and slow, rocking the hip back towards your heel, bowing the head down. You're welcome to hold it back there for a breath or 2, and then draw it forward, sinking it back. Anywhere between 3 and 5 on each side. Good. If you have not already, go ahead and switch sides. Same thing on the opposite side. And if you kind of grip the toes down, like I know on this side, I feel a little bit in that lateral shin area, but mostly it's in my groin area, inner thigh. Wonderful. Good. Once you've evened yourself on that side, back to hands and knees. And now we're going to do our flow of down dog, pigeon into our seated twist as our final little cool down flow here. So when you're ready, it's going to be a brief down dog since we did quite a bit in the morning, at the beginning. So let's come on up, start with that pulsing of the heart towards the thighs. Get that nice opening for that mid back. And we had a decent amount of jumping today. So let's lengthen those calves back out rather. Pedaling the heels. Good. And then we're going to start with your right leg. We're just going to do one time of drawing that right knee towards the right elbow. Extend that hip up and back. If you'd like to do the version we did the other day where you bend the knee and kind of open that hip a little bit at the top. Push and reach. And then when you're ready, you'll draw it forward into that pigeon stretch, trying to square your shin to your shoulders. We're going to spend about 45 seconds in this pigeon. So you can stay up, you can lower down to the forearms. I'm going to be a little cautious here. Sometimes we get all the way through the workout and then something gets a little bit tweaked as we're stretching. So be cautious as you stretch, listen to that intuition, never trying to force your body past what feels right. If you're down on your forearms, let's come back up to the outstretched arms. And then we'll gradually make your way onto your right hip as you swing your left leg around. Sit nice and tall, hug the leg in, and then whatever version of seated twist that you like. I like to take my opposite arm, crawl it around the side as I work the elbow towards the thigh, and then really lift the crown of the head, looking over your left shoulder. And then hold this twist for anywhere between 3 and 5 cycles of breathing, looking to lift up on that inhale and twist a bit further, on the exhale. Trying to draw your left shoulder down out of the ear. When you're ready, gradually unwind your body out of that twist. And then we're going to make our way into that final down dog. And balance us out on the other side. So coming on up. Get a nice stretch for the calves one last time. This time it should be your left leg. We're going to draw the knee towards the elbow, extend back, point the toe. Option if you want to bend that knee and rotate a bit through the hip. Make sure you squeeze the glute. You won't want any pain in the low back on this. And then when you're ready, we're going to glide that leg forward, squaring the shin to the shoulders. I'll keep an eye on our time. So you can either stay up, come on to the forearms. We're going to take about 45 seconds here. You can return to that breathing in and out the nose. If you're down on the forearms, let's make your way back up onto the outstretched arms. About 10 more seconds. Good. And when you're ready, you'll sit onto your left hip and swing the right leg around. Good. Nice and tall. And then once again, making your way to that seated twist. So if you want to take your right hand, kind of crawl it around, use your left elbow. If you can make it onto your right thigh. Looking over that right shoulder. Create that space in your spine on that inhale, lifting up. Make sure that right shoulder not trying to creep up and into your ear. When you're ready, gradually unwind. Good. And then we'll just do a couple finishing breaths together, however you're comfortable to sit, sitting up on your sit bones. Invite you to bring the hands together in front of your heart. Let's breathe in as we elongate through the spine, lifting on up. And then just breathe out, exhale, circle on down. Lovely. Feel free if you'd like to close your eyes, try to feel into some positive energy. What's it feel like to breathe in the experience of joy, some love? And then see if you can send it out. Share it with your neighbors, share it with the family and friends. Good. And then feel into some love. What's it like to be in love with the moment, to be in love with the weather, whether it's sunny or gray? Just to appreciate this moment here on Earth. All right, friends. Thanks so much for moving with me. Try to take some time, not just to keep moving, but try to take some time to also be still today. Give yourself some grace, stay hydrated, and I hope to move with you again soon.